Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot taking to the University of Chinese. Let's continue unpacking some wash or water related. Today's character is a little bit busy or complicated. Visually, it got a lot more strokes, but once I unpack it, we'll see it's quite simple. This is zhuó, and it means rings. And this time, it's not necessarily rings any body parts of humans. I mean, language was created by humans for humans. So a lot of words, verbs, we're washing different body parts. And this time, finally, we're not so self-centered. This is rinsing something else. So what that something else was created with. The right side is pronounced as D. Well, I don't really use this character in my daily communication. But when I see the whole thing, even if I don't know how it's pronounced, like D, it has nothing sound like a zhuó, right? It's not even a sound marker. So this D that I have to check a dictionary about, that if you know what these things are, you can totally piece together the imagery. So 2,000 years ago, Xushen Dictionary gave us a better drawing, so to speak. Structurally, they look the same, but these with more curves, more details. The bottom here is a fluffy little bird. Chinese have two types of birds. One is long-feathered, big birds with kind of talons, long draping feathers. Here is a tiny little bird with horizontal lines of feathers that shows that it's not long feathered, so it's smaller birds. And then on the top we have two wings. It's pronounced as a yu, and the wings simply is like a pair, right? Two of them. And we used three stripes. Okay, if you know Chinese habit, when we repeat things twice, that already means multitudes. When repeat three times, that's like texturally, that's almost highly repetitive pattern. You're going to see lots. Like when we describe star, we use three sun symbol to describe star. And that's like the whole sky full of them. And when we use three strokes, and that means lots of individual feathers. It gives you the texture of the wing. If the wing is a whole structure, described by this outline here is the texture, the feeling. But of course, it's limited. We cannot draw every feather out. Three is already a lot. So, pair of wings next to the birds described a type of bird that's kind of long feathered, even if we use a short feather birds. And ancient dancers, as far as I know, read somewhere that they use this long feather from this deep bird, incorporate that as part of the dance costume. That's interesting to see, right? So together, why it becomes rings. So this character with feathered long. Okay, we describe the wings with the feather detail, not in vain. Here is to show the flattering, like the use of the wings. I don't know if you are close to a big bird before, but where I live, got some big fat crows, or ravens even, when they fly. I can hear the sound of their powerful muscular wings flapping like pretty close to me. And that is quite a scene described here, like a spread wings. And next to the water, okay, so here actually is describing the splashing of water created by birds. I assume it's type of water birds, so they can get close to water and flapping their wings. So the splash. And when you rinse stuff, we're still talking about human activities here. you create the splashes as if the birds using their wings to splash. So it's kind of similar, right? For birds, the wings is kind of a human's arms. So we use arms to wash and rinse stuff. So here, to mind everybody, washing before washing machine, washing in water. And here is not tap water, it's water flowing in nature. So it's basically your creek or stream or even river nearby your hometown. You have to find that location, carry your load of laundry over there, and spend quite a few hours, I would imagine, to wash it, to rinse it, to make that big water splash in that river. So that's the type of rinse. Okay, since we have washing machine nowadays, this character was really not practiced by us anymore in our area. So that's why I don't get to see this character that much. What I see were expressions encapsulated in our classical literature. 着我族. Okay, I forgot. Probably from, okay, we have Confucius, right? We also have a Mencius. 孟子 is, I guess, disciple, the lineage of the disciple of Confucius. So they are the same of, I guess, one of the classical sages who kind of tell people down 2,000 years after their time how to live their life, how society organize themselves. Okay, so 孟子in his work said 着我族. So 我 is simply me, mine here. 族 is another way to say foot. And actually here is the 3 toes abstraction. And here is the sole of the foot. And here, according to scholars, this box was the kneecap. So we describe that foot below the kneecap. So another visual way to show the foot. 我族. So this is using 3 words to describe what we have met, that one character 洗 before. 洗 simply means wash your feet. And here, 着我族, talking about the same thing with a visual distinction. Here we have the splashes. We have that feathery splashes. So 着我族 talks about, I guess, in nature, you paddle your feet out in water in nature. And that's the sense. I don't know if, like, when was your last time walking out to nature, soak your feet in the cool water down in a stream, and then splash your feet over there. I've done that. Amazing experience. 着我族. People 1,000 years ago talks about their experience like that. Okay, 濯清廉. So this is 周敦颐. Wait, I think it's a Song dynasty. So about 1,000 years ago. Poet talking about the ode to lotus. So lotus not only carries Buddhism meaning, it means purity. And this 濯清廉 is the critical text in the poet of ode to lotus to describe the quality of the lotus growing out of 清廉, clear, non-muddy, 廉, like waves. 廉 have this water connection, so connected water. So basically, it's this wave, and 濯 is like this stalk of lotus, and with its giant lotus leaves, right? Is like a big presence in the water, and 濯 is like rinsed constantly in that water by the clear wavy water. So that's, I'm trying to locomotionally describe what 濯清廉would mean, and have to picture the lotus in there. Probably one day I can go through this very famous poem. Every middle schoolers in China had to memorize that because it's kind of promoted the virtue of the lotus being pure. All right. zhuó zhuó tong shan. Here, zhuó zhuó doesn't mean rings ring. Probably it does. Well, according to dictionary, the end meaning of zhuó zhuó, duplicates, means thoroughly, brightly, boldly, because Tongshan actually means bold mountain. Shan is mountain, right? 3 peaks mountain range. And Tong is, in today's vocabulary, it means children. And children often is bold-headed. And bold, Tongshan already give it a sense of is a baby look-alike mountain with bold head, and zhuó zhuó probably is the result of heavy rinsing by water, by flood, we don't know, but that shows you the type of mountain that's stripped of the plants on it, no trees, no grass, even no soil, and bare bone exposure of the earth probably came in shape of big rocks, stony mountain. So that's zhuó zhuó tongshan. So here is a pelican, zhuó, in the water. And that water splash is what we're expressing here. Zhuó, rings. Thank you for your time. See you another day.